What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is another tutorial video, but this time it's not about FiveM, but it is. We're not going to actually make a tutorial on FiveM today, but more so of setting up a Discord for you, FiveM. I've gotten this request quite a few times now, so I figured why not sit down, go over a couple of the basics, a couple of bots, a couple of permissions, just the basics of setting up your server. As you can see, here's mine that I set up for YouTube just a couple of days ago. It's very, there's nothing in there. There's no people in there, but that's fine. As you can see, everything looks pretty. Everything's set up. Everybody's got permission. It's got pretty names out here. You go to verify. You can see there's offline members because they haven't reacted to the role. You can't see anything until you react to the role. I'm going to show you how to set all of that up. So the way to do that, we need to go ahead and go to a new server. As you can tell, here's a test server. There's nothing in there. So the first thing we're going to do is just make a couple of quick categories and channels. The way you do that is on the top. You can just right click in here and create a category. And we're going to name this the welcome zone. Okay? And create a category. Let's make another one named general. Okay? Just quick and basic. So now in the welcome zone, we want a couple of channels. We want it to be announcements. And I'm not worried about the spelling right now. I can fix that later when we make the text look pretty. Excuse me. So we're in announcements. Let's add a welcome and a see ya. And let's also do a leveling up. And like I said, I'm not worried about the spelling. And let's do a verify. Now you're asking, it's like, what are these channels that you're adding? Don't worry about it. I will show you just in a little bit. I'm just gonna, like I said, go over a few things quickly. And a couple of bots that you can set up that I recommend that you're gonna need these channels for. Now remember, you don't have to add what I add. You can do it whatever way you want. I'm just gonna do it this way to quickly show you what I'm talking about, okay? Oh, I need to go ahead and do something real quick. Boom, boom. And in our general, we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna add a general text. And we're gonna go ahead and add a voice channel that's a general as well. Just so we have some basic stuff and I can show you a couple of things. So now the very first thing we're gonna do is invite a couple of bots. Now there's 3 different bots I want to show you, but we're only going to be setting 2 of them up. Shut up, I'm making a video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go, now all of these bots will be in the description, all of the links for it, okay? So there's no need to try to have to Google them or anything. All of these will be in the description. So the first one is the Me6 bot. I'm pretty sure everybody uses this bot, and I recommend you use it as well. First thing you need to do on the top right, log in. Once you're logged in, go to your servers and see your server right here. Mine is the test server. Just click setup Me6. You're just going to invite the bot. You're going to give the bot permissions. Click your human. Boom. That's it. The bot's invited to your Discord. And it'll automatically load up your different things you can do with the bot. Oh my god, zip in. So, there's only a couple things we're going to do. We're going to add reaction role, welcome messages, and levels. As you can see, there's a lot of different things. I'm not going to show you how to set them up. They walk you through how to do it. So I'm just going to show you the most important one. So first we're going to go to welcome. So in here, welcome message channel. Well, welcome. We did that one. You can edit this to whatever you want. You can have the cards. I usually disable. I suggest enabling that. It makes it look a little pretty. We also want to give a goodbye message when the server leaves. That's where the see ya channel comes in place. You can edit this to whatever you want, and you're gonna hit save. That's how you set this up. As you can see, you can come in here and you can change this whatever you want. Don't change these curly bracket names here, because then it doesn't work. Just change the stuff in between it. Not like that. Not like that either. So you can come in here and say sup. Hey user, sup to, you could change it to whatever you want. I just leave it because why not? And again, make sure everything's saved. Now we're going to go back to our plugins. We're going to add levels. And you guessed it, that's where our leveling up thing comes in. Pretty much what this does, it levels up the user. As you can see right here, this is what it looks like. So the more active they are, the more levels they get. And then in here, it's all self-explanatory. You can give them rewards. You can set things up. You can buy premium. We're not going to do nothing with it. We're going to set it up. If you do want to do stuff with it, it's all written down and it tells you exactly how to use them. So go back to plugins. We also want to do the verify one. This is the important one, reaction role. So that way when somebody joins your server, they have to react to a message before they get access to your server. Now there's many different bots out there that have different ways of doing it. This is the most basic when it comes with the Mi6. We're going to select the verify channel and react to the message to get your role. So before we can continue with this, we have to create a couple of roles. So let's go back to our Discord, server settings, and roles. I have a couple here I'm going to delete real quick just because I was testing something. Actually, I was making a video before, but I was just going way too fast. So I'm redoing it. So this is what it looks like when you first join. You should have your Mi6 role and the everyone role. What we want to do, we want to add a verified role. So you go ahead and click that there and type in verified. Just like that. We're going to make it a green role. This seems to be a nice thing for it. And the important one is you always want to display role members separately from online members. Just select that and hit save. It's really all you got to do. But when you come in here, you can see Mi6 is already set up for a bot. So now when we go back in here, there's two things. We're going to reaction and the role we wanted to use. So we're going to add the reaction. I always use a pen. You can do anything you want for this. And next we're going to add the role. And we want it to be verified, which is that one. Why is it showing a couple of different ones? Okay, let me go back and just change the color of it so I know I'm selecting the right one. I'm gonna make it pink or red. That way we know which one we're using. So let's go back in here. We want to get, there we go. That's the one we want to use. We'll just make it pink. It's still showing the other ones from the last video, but it should only show you the one you just created. Go ahead and hit save. There you go. It just set it up. So now if you go into your Discord again, you can see verify. There you go. So when you look at my username, there's no roles. If I react to this, oh, there you go. I went to verified and I got the verified role. That's perfect. So we know that is working. So along with this verify role, let's go ahead and do a couple of no, actually we're gonna wait. We're gonna set up the next bots. We're gonna focus on bots, then we'll go to the next step. So this is the Mi6 in a nutshell. There's a lot more you can do with it. Like I said, if you go under plugins, it all is self-explanatory. The next bot we're gonna work on is the server stats bot. It looks just like this. It pretty much shows you who's online, how many members you have. It's really cool, very basic. All you're gonna do is click invite the bot, select your server, which we have test server, continue, authorize, I'm human. That's all there is. Here's a couple things you can read in case you have issues. We're not gonna worry about that though. So we're gonna close out of that and we're gonna go back to our Discord. Now as you can see when you go to welcome, bada bing bada bong, there you go, welcome, it worked. But we're gonna go in our general real quick. And the way you call commands for that, it says right here, s/help. So if you type s/help, it brings up everything you can do with the bot. What we want to do is just set it up. So we go s/setup. Now it's going to ask you, what do you want, voice or text? Well, let me make this a voice. There you go. That's all that is. You can see it automatically creates it, moves it to the top, and it locks it. So I can join it because I'm the owner of the channel. But that's it. That's all you have to do with this bot. Now it automatically will go ahead and just update, I think every 10 minutes. Yeah, every 10 minutes it'll go ahead and update this. So when we get a new bot, a new member, it'll automatically update that. And there's a lot more you can do with it. I'm not going to show you. All you got to do is, again, s/help. And all you got to do is follow the instructions. As you can tell, it will tell you what to do. It's as simple as that. That's how we set that bot up. Now I'm going to show you one more bot, and that's a server status bot. I'm not going to set this one up, but the reason I'm not going to set it up is because there's a video right here that shows you how to do it, including all the commands right here. It's very simple. It takes 3 seconds, but it pretty much shows your game information with how many members you have online, if the server's online. It's got a cool graph. It's just really awesome to have. So if you want something like this, go ahead and all you got to do is, again, click invite the bot and invite the bot. Then when you're in the game or in the Discord, all you got to do is watch this video and it'll show you exactly how to set it up. And it's perfect. It's awesome. And as you can tell, it's got a pretty good rating. It's fairly used. Not really. You can see right here, it's got 2.6 thousand Discords use it. So it's a pretty good server. Like I said, all these links will be in the description, so you don't have to search for them. I'm not going to set it up, but I recommend having this. It's very nice to have. So now we're going to go in here and we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to set up some roles and some permissions. So you can see we have verified role and the online role. Well, I want these guys to be in the bots and I want to be an owner. So the way to do that is go to your server and click server settings, roles, and we're going to add a couple of roles. The first one we're going to make bots. Let's make that one yellow. Display role separately from online members. This is the important one. Click that. Another important one you always want to make sure is selected is when you scroll down. Read message history. It's already selected. You pretty much usually don't have to mess with any of that. And just click save. Now another one I want to do is I want to create owner. So let's go back to the top. And we're going to name this owner. Admin. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. We'll make this blue. Display role separately from online members. And now with this one, what we're going to do though is go down and click administrator rights. And hit save. That's it. That's how you add a role. That's how you can adjust a role. Now to give people that role, just click on them, hit that little plus, and click owner. That's all that is. Let me get rid of this verified and add that. Like, yeah, it's being a little pain. Verified owner. Okay, let's see why it's doing that really quick. Server settings. Boom. Okay, well, either way, you can see right here, I don't have to do it. The way you mess with that is very simple. In your server settings, it's all on your roles. You just have to go through here and read properly. So the display role is separate members. Yes. Owner. Yes. We'll move that below the owner. That's how you do that. So now if I click verify, you see it still says owner, but I'm also verified. So that's how you set that up in case you run into issues. You just drag and down that below. And I mean, you just see what I did. So as you could, I'll show you one more time. If you go back in here into your roles, if I click that above owner and save changes, see it says verified because it's considered higher than the owner. So server settings, roles, just drag that back underneath owner. So owner is on top and it says owner. And now with the bots, just go on their same thing. Bots. Bots. And now you can see bots is showing on the top again. I want owner on the top because, well, I'm the owner. I should be on top. Go to roles. Drag bots below verified. So the bots are below the important people because bots are important, but we don't really care what bot is online. And there you go. That's how that sets that up. So that's how you set up your roles. Like I said, there's no limit with how you can set these up. Just play around with it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now we're going to set up permissions. The permissions we want is when the person first joins, all they see is this verify role. Until they click that, nothing else pops up. So the way we're going to do is pretty simple. We're just going to, whenever you edit the permission for the category, all the channels get that same permission. But then you can go ahead in there and change the channel itself as well. But what we're going to do is just edit all of the categories with permissions. Everyone is not allowed to see the channel save. What we want to do is that only verified users get to see the channel. Another important thing is always read message history. That is selected. That is the important one. You can go through and select what you want them to be able to do. I'm not going to do that. I just want to show you the real quick basics of it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that same thing for everything. So view channel, no, everyone's not allowed to see that. Only verified people is allowed to see that. And they're also allowed to read message histories. Those two are really the most important ones, the read message history. If you don't have that selected when a person first joins, they're not going to be able to see any messages like that verify role. So this is very important to have. So we're just going to go through and do that to the rest of this. Permissions, we're going to add the verified role which can see stuff and everyone which cannot see stuff. And there you go. So now if you go and edit the channel, you can see under permissions, it says it's synced to the general. As you can see, everything is good to go. So now the way you can test to make sure that it's working properly, go back to your server settings, to your roles. So if you check everyone, we shouldn't be, it says view server as role. Everything's gone. And that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Now what we want to do is make sure that everyone, when they first join, they see that verify role. So when they verify, they get the verified role and then they see everything. So the way you do that is you go to your verify, edit just the channel under your permissions, and everyone can see that. And another important thing is, like I said before, is that they read the message history. That is important. And it's also important that they can react to the role, because if they can't react to the role, they can't get it. So now, if we go and check our role, everyone views server as role. There you go. All we can see is this right here. That's all you can see. So now they react to this, bada bing, bada boom, and then everything would pop up. It's hard for me to show you that part, but believe me, that's how it works. And then they'll be able to see all of that. Perfect. Zip it. Damn phone. Okay, so now that is... Jesus Christ. I'm sorry about that. Apparently I'm an important person today. Let me turn that sound down. I don't know why people gotta be bugging the hell out of me. So now that we went over permissions, like I said, there's a lot of different things you can set up with permissions. You just gotta play around with it. I just showed you the basics of it. So now what we're gonna do is, since we went over roles, we went over a couple of bots, we went over a little bit of a permissions. Now let me show you how to make the server pretty with changing these names. So for that, you need to go ahead and use these two links, Discord fonts and Emojis. You don't have to use them, but they're there. And these links will be in the description. So we're going to look. The first one is announcements. So we're just going to type announcements in here. Like I said, I don't care about the spelling. You can go through here and now pick what you want. Announce. I did spell that wrong, didn't I? There you go. Let's do it that way. So you can go here. There's a lot of different fonts you can use. Just pick one that you like. I'm going to go with this one. Go ahead, hit copy. And then when you go in here, you hit edit channel and you just paste that in there. And you see, look how pretty that looks. Save. And that's how it shows up. Now, another thing you can do if you want is you can add an emoji. So let's megaphone. If I don't know why I can't spell today. So we just search the megaphone, which apparently we don't have. Why I typed it wrong. So we're just gonna go through some of these options. So announcements, okay? We're just gonna go see what they have that we could use. And I'm not gonna set up every channel to make it look pretty. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you a couple so you get the idea of how to use that. So food and drink, sports. Is it under sports maybe? No, not under sports. Travel, places, objects. Should be under objects. We're just looking at something like a megaphone, which is bugging me out. I can't find it. Symbols? Right here. We'll use that right there. So you go ahead and just copy that. So when you go back into your edit your channel, you can paste that before and after and hit save, or however you want to do it. There you go. It's a little big, so you can't see the last one, but it's there. Let's do one more. Let's make the verified role. Okay, so for that, we need to go back to our thing here, and let's type in verify. Let's go ahead and select this one, copy. You go to your edit channel, paste that in there, save. So when you look at it now, it's pretty. So let's go ahead and add a check mark. I want to check mark emoji. There we go, check mark. So you copy that, go back to edit channel, and paste that in there, save. There you go, check mark's in there. It's green. It's not green. That's just because of the check mark I used. But that's how you set it up, because you can see this is in color, this one's not. That's just because of the check mark I used. But that's pretty much the basics of how you set everything up. I'm not going to set up all of them. I'm going to leave it just like that because, well, I just wanted to show you. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me make my channel pretty. So the things we went over is a couple of different bots. We went over the Me6 bot, the server stats bot, a server status bot that shows you the in-game status. We went over making roles, editing some permissions, and making the channel look kind of pretty. Now Discord is a very awesome tool to have. The only bad thing is it takes a long time to make it perfect. So don't get frustrated. What you can do is join different channels, see how they have it set up, kind of copy them but don't copy them. It takes a long time to set it up. And then after that, once you take your time, it can be an amazing tool, an eye candy to new people, because your Discord looks good. So they be like, well, maybe everything else he does is good too. But that's pretty much it. This is a 20-minute video. Hopefully it didn't drag out too long. Like I said, every link will be in the description. Let me know if you need me to go over something in more detail, because I know I went over stuff kind of fast. So if you run into issues, you can just, back and forth in the video. But you can also add me on my Discord. This is my Discord, as you can see right here. This is how I have mine set up. It's very new. I just made it as well, but you can see this is pretty much what you can get with setting it up. It looks nice, clean, simple. I get the permissions, just like the verify thing here. So you can pretty much set it up the same way, make it nice and pretty. And pretty much what I have set up in here is what I just showed you how to set up. Now, if you take your time, you can make this look a lot better. It just depends on how much time you want to put into it. But we'll see you in the next video, guys. And the next video probably will be another recommended video from you guys, because, well, that's what I'm here for. I'm making tutorials on what you guys need to know. So it'll probably be something like adding cars to your server, compressing cars together so you don't have 300 different files but one, merging cars into one file. I'll probably show that. Another one's probably how to skin your own cars. Those are kind of some videos that you're going to be looking up for the future. I'm definitely working on the ESX one. The problem with ESX essential servers is there's a lot of bases out there, a lot of scripts, but there's always issues with them. So I'm trying to get some stuff, an essential server put together with scripts that work and get it set up. That way I can upload that file for you guys to download. So when you install, you don't have to worry about all kinds of issues with scripts working or whatnot. And a lot of the time scripts are in French and they're a pain in the ass to get into English. So I'm just trying to get that set up so when I do that video, you can just go ahead and download that file and just import it right into your server without having to worry about playing around trying to get stuff to work. Okay? So be on the lookout for those videos. They will be coming in the future. Hopefully not too long in the future. I'm trying my best. I've been pretty busy. But let's wrap this video up. We're at 25 minutes almost. So we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for joining me. Make sure to hit that like if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see future content. See ya.